In Lagos, dreams move faster than traffic. Every year, thousands of graduates step out of university gates with ironed shirts, polished shoes, and hope shining in their eyes. They carry degrees like golden tickets, believing the world is waiting to reward their sleepless nights. But Lagos is a city that smiles with white teeth and hides sharp fangs. Among the thousands that year were 5 young graduates whose lives were about to change forever. The 5 chosen: Daniel Okoro, 32, warm brown skin, hazel gold eyes that seem to study everything, low afro fade haircut, quiet, observant, the type who listened more than he spoke. He graduated top of his law class from the University of Nigeria. His father was a retired civil servant. His mother sold fabrics in Onitsha market. Daniel believed in honest work. He also believed in survival. Amaka Nwasu, 27, light cocoa skin, bright black eyes, long braided hair always tied neatly. Sharp-tongued but kind-hearted, she supported 3 younger siblings. Tunda Falabi, 29, deep chocolate skin, broad shoulders, shaved head, confident walk. He laughed loudly and believed strongly that life rewards bold people. Fatima Musa, 28, golden brown complexion, soft greenish-brown eyes, always dressed modestly. Calm voice. She was the first lawyer in her entire extended family in Kano. Chisholm Eek, 30, caramel skin tone, small frame, restless energy, quick smile. Ambitious, hungry for success. They did not know each other, but destiny was arranging a meeting. The email that changed everything. It arrived on a Monday morning. Subject: exclusive legal fellowship invitation, Cade. And Crown Legal Consortium. Daniel stared at the screen in disbelief. Cade and Crown, everyone knew that name. A prestigious law firm headquartered in Victoria Island, known for handling multinational corporations, oil contracts, banking disputes. They were polished, elite, untouchable. Daniel opened the email. He read once, then twice. He thought it was a scam. Congratulations. After a confidential review of your academic and extracurricular excellence, you have been selected for our Executive Legal Fellowship program. Confidential review. He had not applied. He continued reading. 1, 8 million monthly starting salary, fully furnished luxury apartment brand, new SUV health insurance, for immediate family international training sponsorship performance. Bonuses, professional wardrobe allowance. Daniel's breath slowed. This was not an offer. This was a miracle. His phone rang. It was Amaka. You got it too? She asked immediately. You too? Yes. They laughed nervously. Within hours, the 5 of them were added to a private email group. All chosen, all shocked, all excited. A proverb says, when rain falls heavily on one roof, it is either blessing or storm. None of them asked which one it was. The first visit, the invitation required them to report physically for contract signing in 3 days. Victoria Island glittered like money itself. The Cade and Crown headquarters stood tall, glass walls reflecting the sky, security tight but polite. Inside, everything smelled expensive. Marble floors, soft music playing, staff dressed like magazine covers. They were welcomed by a woman in a navy blue suit. Good morning, I'm Victoria Ez, senior partner. Her skin was bronze, eyes sharp emerald green. She smiled without warmth. We are very selective, she said calmly. We choose brilliance. Daniel noticed her pen tapping gently on the table as she spoke. Tap, 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 like someone counting heartbeats. Soon another man entered. Tall, bald, silver beard, dark charcoal skin. Barrister Julius Cade. He introduced himself. His voice was soft, too soft. Welcome to excellence. He did not smile. The tour of luxury after brief introductions. They were taken to see the apartments. The building was 15 minutes away. Each apartment was already furnished. Leather sofas, smart TVs, modern kitchen appliances, balcony overlooking the ocean. Tund laughed loudly. Is this real life? Fatima covered her mouth in disbelief. Amaka touched the marble countertop gently. Daniel walked slowly through the rooms. Something felt prepared, not decorated. Prepared. He noticed something small in the corner of the ceiling. A black dot, maybe a smoke detector, maybe something else. He said nothing. The contract back at the office. Thick envelopes were placed before them. Victoria spoke smoothly. Standard confidentiality agreements, intellectual property clauses, non-compete protections, nothing unusual. Daniel opened the document. It was long, over 50 pages, legal language flowing like a river of complicated English. He skimmed. Salary, benefits, bonuses, everything generous. Too generous. He turned page after page. Tund had already signed. Chisholm was smiling as she signed hers. Fatima hesitated but followed. Amaka signed with excitement. Daniel kept reading. A proverb says, "The child who rushes to eat hot yam will learn patience with tears." Daniel had learned patience from poverty. Page 37 caught his eye. Clause 19. For internal compliance cooperation mandate, he read carefully. All fellows must submit to full lifestyle auditing, digital monitoring, and residential compliance observation to maintain corporate security integrity. Digital monitoring, residential compliance observation. He continued, any breach of internal confidentiality shall be handled through proprietary disciplinary mechanisms without external disclosure. Without external disclosure. His eyes narrowed. He flipped back. There it was again. Subtle words, heavy meaning. He looked up. Victoria was watching him. Tap, tap, tap. Any questions, mister? Koro, she asked. Daniel smiled politely. No, ma, he kept reading. Further down. Employees agree not to engage with regulatory or investigative bodies concerning firm operations without prior executive clearance. Daniel's heart skipped. Regulatory bodies. Why specify that? He felt sweat gather under his collar. The room suddenly felt colder. The celebration dinner after signing. They were invited to a private dinner at a rooftop restaurant. Wine flowed. Music played softly. Julius Cade raised a glass. To brilliance, to loyalty, to success. Everyone cheered. Daniel forced a smile. He glanced around. He noticed something strange. Two men seated at another table were watching them. Not casually, intentionally. He recognized one from the office hallway earlier. Security, maybe. But why watch during celebration? Amaka leaned toward him. Can you believe this? God has finally remembered us. Daniel nodded slowly. Oh, yes, God remembers. But does temptation also remember? The private conversation later that night? As the others laughed, Julius Cade approached Daniel. Walk with me. They moved toward the edge of the rooftop. The city lights shimmered below. You read your contract thoroughly, Julius said calmly. Yes, sir. Good. Silence. Julius adjusted his cufflinks. We are a firm that values discretion. The world is complicated. We protect our clients. Sometimes protection requires creativity. Daniel swallowed. I understand. Julius looked directly into his hazel gold eyes. Do you? The question hung in the air. Then Julius smiled faintly. You will. The hidden camera that night, Daniel returned to his new apartment alone. He placed his bag on the bed. He walked to the ceiling corner. He looked closer at the black dot. It wasn't a smoke detector. It had a small glass lens. Very small. He stepped back slowly. His heart pounded. He looked around the room. Was this security or surveillance? He opened his laptop. The Wi-Fi network was already installed. Password Cade Crown Elite. He laughed softly. Elite indeed. His phone buzzed. Message from Tund. Bro, this is the best decision of our lives. Daniel typed back, yes, the best, but his eyes were still fixed on the ceiling. The uneasy night he lay on the bed, but could not sleep. He replayed the contract words in his mind. Digital monitoring, residential observation, no external disclosure. A proverb says, when a house is too quiet, listen to the walls. Daniel felt like the walls were listening. He stood up suddenly and turned off the lights. Darkness filled the room. He whispered softly to himself, "What have I entered into?" His phone buzzed again. Unknown numbers. He hesitated before answering. "Hello," a calm female voice spoke. "Welcome to the firm, Mr. Koro." Silence. "Who is this?" Compliance. The line disconnected. Daniel slowly lowered the phone. He looked at the ceiling again. The tiny lens reflected faint moonlight. The realization luxury is sweet, but sometimes honey hides poison. Daniel walked to the contract folder again. He flipped to clause 19. 4. He read it carefully. Then he read it again. This was no ordinary job. This was something deeper, something controlled, something calculated. He thought of his parents. He thought of poverty. He thought of the price of survival. And he whispered, "Did I just sign my freedom away?" The camera in the ceiling remained silent, but perhaps it was watching. Ending hook the next morning. Daniel would return to the office for orientation. He would meet the other senior partners. He would learn what creativity truly meant. But for now, one question haunted him. Why would a law firm need to monitor bedrooms? And why must employees never speak to regulators? The golden invitation had been accepted. But gold sometimes is only paint covering rust. Lessons from episode 1:1. Not every opportunity is a blessing. 2. When an offer is too perfect, ask why. 3. Read before you sign. 4. Luxury can be a cage. 5. Silence in contracts often hides loud danger. 6. Success without understanding can become slavery. 7. A wise person asks questions before celebrating. A proverb says, "The drum that sounds sweet from afar may be hollow inside." Call to subscribe if this episode made your heart beat faster. If you felt the tension behind the luxury. If you want to see what truly hides behind Cade and Crown, then subscribe now, because episode 2 will reveal what compliance really means. And once you enter this firm, there may be no turning back.